Whenever I pull out my light bow gun, somebody always tells me, LOL, light bow gun is easy mode. You know what, as condescending and trite as that sounds, it's hard for me to disagree with that statement. What could be simpler than moving your stick around and pulling the trigger repeatedly? I mean, wouldn't it be great if every weapon had an easy mode like light bow gun? One where you could just move your stick and repeatedly press one or two buttons and mindlessly dominate the monster? Well, folks, guess what? Every weapon does indeed have an easy mode. In fact, some weapons have multiple easy modes. You just gotta know each weapon's secrets. After watching this video, they won't be secrets anymore. You know what's not a secret? The fact that my Discord server has the smartest, nicest, funniest, nerdiest members around. And when we all put our heads together, we can solve all the problems of the world, including the one where you need to learn how to use every weapon in Monster Hunter without much actual learning or effort. And when you don't have a lot of time or patience or even motivation, you want the simplest, quickest solution to your problem. And in this case, that means finding the easy mode for each weapon. And boy, did these guys really deliver. We figured out the easiest of the easy modes, the simplest way to play each weapon, so easy that even the lowest IQ amongst us can still learn to dominate the game, no matter which weapon we choose. And no, this is not a meme video. All of these tactics are 100% legit and game viable. Are they the highest DPS solutions around? No, not all of them. What they do have in common is a ridiculous level of simplicity that requires no special knowledge or training with the weapon in order to make them work. You just move your stick, press one or two buttons repeatedly, and you're winning. These methods are so simple, you can learn all of them in under 10 minutes. So in order to hit that goal, I better stop talking and let the moves speak for themselves. Forget about shooting arrows. There's too much to remember about that concept to make it effective. Bow is so complicated that it's taken half my channel just to try to explain it all. And there's still more to say about it. Instead of watching a few dozen videos and practicing for 100 hours, all you really need to do is just spam your melee attack. And if you're feeling really adventurous, hit a dodge bolt from time to time. Just don't overdo it on your first day. Don't get me wrong, you could make light bowgun difficult if you really wanted to. There are ways to play light bowgun that require some actual effort. This method is not one of them. Aim, pull the trigger. Call of Duty level easy. The gun even reloads itself. Once you get the hang of repeatedly hitting right trigger, you can move on to the graduate level course on hitting the evade button. But only do this when it's really necessary. This, quite frankly, is what the weapon was designed for. Even the more advanced lance moves are just slight variations on block, then attack, only they're harder to pull off. The simplicity of this particular easy mode is what inspired me to put this video together in the first place. I mean, who wants to sit through 9 hours of tutorial videos when a short one like this can make you 90% as effective in what seems like no time at all by comparison? We all know Charge Blade is just a better sword and shield, with more mobile attacks, and a better sword, and a better shield, which can KO just by blocking. Yeah, you'll have to hit the right trigger plus the A button from time to vent off some energy that builds up, which makes this perhaps the most complicated easy mode of the bunch. But it's still pretty easy. The gist of it is this: just keep switching between axe mode and sword mode, and you're all set. It's even got an auto block feature built right into the move. SNS stands for shield and shield, and then shield again. Not even joking here, even the meta crowd prefers this one weird trick as their main attack. There's no shame in the shield bash game. SNS is already pretty simple to understand. Ignoring everything but the shield bash makes it downright brainless and highly effective. Speaking of brainless, how about simply spamming the right trigger and then evade? Invincible, multi-hits, good reach. After you've mastered the right trigger, you can practice following it up with a crush attack. Just take your time working up to that. Don't overwhelm yourself all at once. People say TCS is the elite greatsword move. They also say it's very hard to pull off. After consulting with the real experts, it appears that everyone is just trying too hard. Use this simple, old-school, charged attack method and leave the TCS to the high IQ folks. Of all the weapons, longsword has probably gotten the most shade for being too easy. Kind of a dumb argument. When was the last time anybody said, "Hey, I want to learn something that's really hard to learn"? Longsword has an easy mode attack that uses wire bugs, and using the move actually recharges the wire bugs faster. Just point and shoot. Makes me feel like I'm the ammo in a giant Pierce cannon. Let's face it, pretty much the entirety of the Dual Blades moveset is easy mode, so I'll highlight just one ridiculous example of it, for your viewing pleasure. This move one-ups the longsword easy mode by giving you more hits, even faster, and easier to aim. And if you do happen to miss, well, you'll just rocket away to safety. Wild swing is what we all really want to do with the switch axe. And that's a great move, but what if I told you there's actually a way to break this weapon? If I've learned anything from making this video, it's how to do more with less. And also how to plagiarize myself. If the easy modes for the previous two weapons weren't broken enough, switch axe makes the game even brokener. Light bow gun already has the left trigger, right trigger combo, so I decided to do something a little different with heavy bow gun. Why aim when you can just not even bother? These guns are so heavy, just swing it like a battering ram. Wonder if you can get a KO this way. Okay, did you really think I was going to make a melee heavy bow gun set? Bow already has that covered. I've got something a little bit better for heavy bow gun. Look, I made bow work like a sword and shield without the shield. So now I'm going to make heavy bow gun work like the gun lance. Not only that, but a gun lance that can spam wyvern fire off an invincible wire bug counter. And when the monster is disabled, you have your shelling, aka normal 3 shots, but with about 20 times the range as gun lance shelling, faster reload, and probably more damage too. Hammer is another weapon that's actually designed around simple gameplay. If you can do something easily, then you probably should do it. That's often bad advice in the real world, but in Monster Hunter, it's a way of life. I mean, what else is there for a hammer to do anyway but pound things repeatedly on the head? It's like my grandpa used to say, when the only tool you have is a hammer, everybody's head looks like a nail. Why are you even fighting when you can have a giant bug at your command? Yeah, you knew I was going there, didn't you? If I could train a Hercules moth to wash my dishes, I would. Fortunately, Capcom has put that genius idea in the game and called it the Insect Glaive. This easy mode is actually the easiest of all because you don't even need to worry about armor skills or even most of your weapon stats. The bug does all the work. You get to sit back and spam buttons like a telepathic wizard boy casting magic missiles at your target. And finally, the single best weapon in the game. Widely considered difficult, clunky, inconsistent, and derided as underpowered, the gun lance probably gets dumped on more than any other weapon. Even its biggest advocates are also its biggest detractors. Fortunately, I've got the easy mode answer to all your prayers. Just press and hold one button and repeat. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it will get you through base game. And when you graduate to Sunbreak, you get this monstrosity of a move to spam. Thanks to everyone who helped in making this list. The community needs more heroes just like you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell us which move is your favorite move to spam, which broken game mechanic you like to exploit the most, and also tell us why this game is just too easy. Also, come check out the Discord. We're growing fast and playing hard.